everyone, and welcome to the Black
Multiverse Theory Podcast.
Listen, we say it again. You just have to start. You know what I mean? You're gonna get everything as perfect as you can. You just have to start.
Yes.
Okay, welcome to the Black Multiverse Theory Podcast, where hosts Nigel and Nilo explore current events through an Afro-Canadian lens. In shout-outs, we catch up with the community, creating a space for connections. The Scroll dives into social media, current events, and celebrity news, always actual but not always factual. On the screen, we share our latest watch list, while in our ears explores the sounds shaping our world. The podcast culminates with an uplifting message, hoping to leave you, our listeners, empowered. Thank you for tuning in for insightful analysis and vibrant perspective on the Black experience in today's world.
In today's world.
Yeah.
If you are on right now, you can hear very well. Can you give us a thumbs up? Let us know how we are sounding tonight. We had to tear everything down and start it back up. So we want to make sure that everything is functioning.
Yeah.
We are doing shout outs. Shout out to Mama Zita, who's on mine already. First come, first serve. Mama Zita that's out there.
Big shout out to Mama Zita. She was looking like a star at the 5 Artists One Love.
5 Artists One Love show, yes. Mama Zita made sure that I got an Uber Premium to pick up Mama Zita.
Okay.
I said to my mom, I said, Mother, I'm going to send you a car to pick you up around 5:45 if you just be ready.
Is that exactly how you said it?
That's how I said it.
I'm sure.
And my mom responded, "All right, Nigel, it's not a problem. I'll be downstairs." And that's how we. That's
she
how we spoke to
reminded
each
you
other.
she doesn't travel anything less than a premium.
Nothing less than a horse and carriage. Actually, this is a step down. Was the premium?
Extra premium. She's like, I guess it'll work
She's like, it's fine
this time.
So her and my niece Cree came out to 5 Artists One Love. Shout out to all the people who were on 5 Artists One Love, from the staff, the operations managers, the stage managers, the musicians, the musical directors, and the musical coordinators, all the singers, all the performers, all the dancers, and all the people in the background, from serving food to picking up food to setting up and coordinating the event. It was spectacular.
It was absolutely phenomenal. I'm just going to do my shout outs before we jump into 5 Artists One Love. Even though that was your shout out, it made me want to jump right in there. Do you have more shout outs?
Yeah. A shout out to Steel Heights Tigers, who get to play this week with me. Last week they played without me.
Ooh.
Because I was busy on there, so I had to definitely take care of some things. But the Steel Heights Tigers U17 and U13 teams are doing amazing. So shout out to them. And shout out to the BACSP family, as we are going into the Rise Up revival next month. Okay. So for those of you looking for a jump up, spin round, run around the church kind of time, this is the event for you.
Okay, the Holy Ghost will be caught.
Mom said the volume is low again tonight.
Okay, let's try this. How about now?
Is the volume a bit better now?
Is it
can
better
you let
now?
us know?
Anything?
Anything. Not yet. We have to wait for Mom to type.
Okay.
Since she's the only one responding.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, in between time, I will get my shout outs in so she can hear whether it's still low or not, or if we need to turn up the master over there. Big shout out to my whole family.
Mm-hmm.
Also big shout out to Standing Bear. We had a sweat last weekend, and we have a sweat the weekend after next. And a big shout out to all my clients who've come into the shop. I want to give a big shout out to everybody who participated in Five Artists One Love. You guys did really an exceptional, phenomenal job. So
Yeah, it was really good.
I would say, yeah, great work, everybody. And that's it for my shout outs, I think.
What was your favorite part of the Five Artists One Love show this year?
When that lady tried to touch Darren Jordan's hair on stage.
So for those of you who did not get to attend the Five Artists One Love show, there are different parts of the show that happen and are sponsored by different people. Definite sponsor there is the Autism Edmonton, and one of the representatives was on stage with Darren Jordan, and Darren was talking about how beautiful his hair looked under the styles of the Aphrodisiac Natural Shop.
Which I have to say, can I just pause and say,
Mm-hmm.
big thank you to Darren Jordan for that shout out.
Cool.
I am, grateful and appreciative and all of that stuff. That was really super cool.
Hey, Peter. Peter's on.
Hey,
and Rochelle
Peter.
said the volume is way better.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Rochelle.
Thanks, Rochelle. Yeah. GD said, "Don't touch my hair." Laugh out loud. And so the lady came up and he was talking about his hair. And while that happened, she reached over. By the way, she was part of Dwight people. And so she came and she touched the top of his head.
Did she touch it?
She
I
went to
thought
touch it, and
reached.
I think his
He went
peripheral
like this.
his peripheral was there, and the entire crowd. Now remember, Winsper, just to remind you, or just to let you know if you didn't know, Winsper seats 1,700 people.
Correct.
And it was almost a packed house. There probably was maybe 20 seats in the whole building that was left.
Really?
So maybe there might be more.
Yeah.
But maybe a little bit less. But
it was pretty full.
it
was full all the way.
It was rammed all the way to the top of that. I enjoyed every bit of it. And Tania's here. Hey, Tania. So then when the lady went to touch Darren Jordan's hair, he did a sidestep. He did a
whole
move.
Neck move, yeah.
But
those of you who don't know, Darren Jordan is an OG B-boy.
I was about to say that. I'm glad you said it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what he did. He B-boy slided out the way. He said, hey, don't touch my hair.
Darren was part of the Untouchable crew here in Edmonton.
Hey. So even more so.
Bop, bop, bop. He
That's
came
what
and
he
touch.
did.
He said, don't touch my hair.
Crew? Don't touch my hair.
So that was a really good time. I think that was a highlight.
My very favorite part of the show, I'm so sorry, Nigel.
Go ahead.
Was Uzila coming to the stage.
Was amazing. I don't know why you're sorry to me.
I just want you to. I don't like to put you, my friend, second, but you know I am a truth teller. And so
Tania said, "How did she miss that?" Listen, that was one of the funniest parts of it, with this lady touching right as she said, right as he said, Aphrodisiac did his hair. The entire crowd gasped. Everybody was like, and it was amazing.
Poor lady.
So anyways, somebody needs to, and I've said this many times, I did an interview with CBC with Bobby T.
Correct.
If you Google my name, Nigel Williams, you will see that come up on Google as one of the interviews that I did. It's called Don't Touch My Hair. Please forward it to that lady so she can watch the interview with CBC, letting them know, it's not an appropriate thing.
Yeah.
Protocol.
Telling you.
Let me see. My favorite part of Five Artists One Love this year, two favorite parts, just like you have, was the song I sang at the end.
I had three favorite parts.
Okay, go ahead. Go.
That was also, go ahead.
Say your last one. Go ahead.
No, Like a Boss was obviously like such an amazing performance. I love that all the bands came together.
Yeah.
I love that it was like a very full band moment. I felt like this year's Five Artists One Love established itself as a music show. There's a lot less skits and acting and back and forth in this one. It was kind of moving that way last year, but I think this year it kind of solidified itself in that way.
Yeah.
And Like a Boss was like so phenomenal. You did great. People were like, I couldn't even recognize Nigel. You had Bill crying in the crowd. I don't know if that's the one that made him cry.
I don't know.
But if you had Bill crying in the crowd, it was really, really good. And as a Soca fan, obviously, I enjoyed it as well.
The other one was the back and forth between the crowd, myself, Tim, Rewo, and even Chanel. Chanel was amazing, and went out there and we had the back and forth. So when we were singing the song, the crowd was so responsive singing the songs. They knew all the songs, which was really good. I have a smile on my face right now because interacting with that kind of energy there's nothing like it. I love it.
So much fun.
And then last favorite thing is the gospel portion with Joy, old school Sister Act 2, New Season of Praise came in with the Sister Act 2 and slayed it. And when Chanel kicked off her shoes for the Pharrell's Joy part,
that was also good.
I was a little upset with Bella Freak that they didn't continue the dance out. I let her just dance out and across. She said she wanted to go into the crowd and start laying hands on people. She
got the Holy Ghost.
She was ready to minister and go out.
It is a powerful show in that way.
It is. It is a great show.
I don't know how many people actually know this, but rushing to get to Five Artists One Love and rushing to get ready, I actually slipped in the shower and perhaps dislocated, perhaps sprained my thumb, which as a human period, it's definitely a barrier.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
As a human, I told my friend Rich, he's like, oh, that your thumb, hey? I said, yeah, it's really painful to do hair. He's like, it must be really painful to do anything because the thumb is what separates us from the animals. I said, I'm half animal. So I knew when that pain shot up my arm through my body that I was still going to Five Artists One Love.
Wow.
And like the psycho that I am, I put on stockings, I put on my dress, I went to Five Artists. I was like, it's Saturday night, downtown Edmonton. I'm not trying to sit and merge all night. It's going to be the same thing. So I went to the bar and I got a cup of ice and I was like this the whole time with my head in a cup of ice for most of the night. So I just knew I was going. I was like, wow, that was the most painful thing I've ever felt, but I'm not going to the hospital. That's for damn sure. I'd rather sit in my seat at Five Artists with an ice pack. I took an ice pack actually from my first aid kit and I was holding that for the first half.
That is truly wild. That is truly truly something. Being in excruciating pain but enjoying a show. And you know what? I must say I got to say thank you for that kind of dedication to a show that I'm in.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know what else could I do? I'd sit. Imagine sitting. I'd have been furious if I was just sitting in a merge all night. And we all know, listen, it's Alberta. For those of you who are outside the province, outside the country, blah, 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 free healthcare. But currently, the people who are in power are paying or not paying actually. What they're trying to do is discourage people from using the system and they're breaking it because they want it to go private eventually. So now to sit and emerge all night with a thumb and emerge on a Saturday night, please. I was like, it's fine. The next day, I had sweat. Sweat also made it feel a lot better. But yeah, it was definitely. I'm still. I'm still dealing with it actively.
That's deep. Well, moving from this portion, we're currently on the scroll right now, which we didn't do our chime for.
The scroll?
Because we are moving from this point here to the scroll.
Timpani. The timpani is 7.
And there it is. There it goes. The scroll.
Yeah.
So
timpani is 7 seconds, by the way. So.
Got you. So, on the scroll, we went to Global News. Global News had a really good video of me messing up the national anthem singing for the Legislative Assembly this week.
Oh, Global played that particular clip?
They had all of it on their YouTube.
Okay.
So all of it's there.
Gotcha.
So I was asked by the Legislative Assembly to come in as Alberta celebrates Black History Month, and they had an opening ceremonies with the Speaker of the House and other dignitaries there, such as Rhiannon Hoyle, David Shepherd, Sharif Hodge, who are all MLAs in the city and doing big things. Mm-hmm. So I was there and had the privilege of doing the national anthem, but unbeknownst to me, I always forget that we have changed the national anthem to be more inclusive of all genders instead of just male genders, with the line "in all our sons command." It has now been changed in all of us command. In all of our command. So when I went to sing it, I said sons, because for years and years and decades, I've gone to school and sang it like that, and it's hardwired. So I sat there looking at the words saying, don't say sons, don't say sons, don't say sons.
That's the problem.
And then I said sons.
Right. Because you were thinking sons, so of course you said it.
So I said it, and in my head, the entire Legislative Assembly gasped and was like,
the wrong anthem.
But really, nobody noticed except for Darren Jordan and a couple other people kind of noticed a falter, but they didn't notice that the word that I switched. They noticed there was a little bit of falter, because once I noticed that, then I was
You're like the opposite of Julie Black right now.
I was like, far and wide open. So
you said, oh no.
I said, far and wide, oh Canada. So I said,
you know what? You did the best you could.
I said that, and Darren Jordan said, I'm very happy that you messed up, because it made me feel better for coming late, because he was there late.
Whoa.
He had his laptop there and put his speech down on his laptop, and then right as he was about to leave, everything disappeared. So the title was there, the thing was open, but all the words were gone. And he was able to get it about 5 minutes before he got there.
Control-Alt-Z, I think. No, that's not it.
He couldn't figure out what he did.
You just gotta go back, like, edit, undo.
Edit,
undo has saved my life so many times.
It's an iPad. It's an iPod. It's a MacBook Pro. So
it's
I don't know.
Like a command shift. It's still an edit, undo.
It's a whole thing. Oh, Sherelle is on. Sherelle is on as well.
Hey, Sherelle. Hey, girl.
Oh,
okay.
Greg said you looked great the whole time that you were there.
Good job.
Even with the thumb.
No, he's talking about your singing.
No, he says Nilo looked great the whole time.
My God. Okay.
There you go.
Are we moving out of 5 artists?
We were already out. We're already in the legislative grounds.
That's right.
So in the legislative grounds, I then sang Change Is Gonna Come. And that also was a little bit of a debacle, because I have a Bluetooth.
Not a debacle.
I have a Bluetooth transmitter, a receiver that picks up Bluetooth from my phone. but you plug it into an XLR, which is what you plug a mic into, basically. So instead of plugging a mic, you plug in that Bluetooth adapter.
Got you.
I went
and it talks to each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I told the guy, I said, listen, if the battery fails, there's this USB cord, just plug it into the back of your mixer, you're good. He said, okay, and then walked away and gave nobody the instructions, as a completely different guy came and ran the mixer. So when the time came for me to sing,
he did not
I
know
pressed play on my phone on the song, and it played from my phone, and I was like, uh-oh. And then I started cracking a couple jokes. People laughed. They chuckled.
And then the mixer got caught up.
And then I told 2 more jokes, and those bombed. And
they were like, "This is not what we hired you for, like, sir. Please sing, please."
This is not comedy hour at the Apollo. So I was like, "Okay, let's get it done." Boom. I said, "Hey, if you just turn it on, turn it back off, like a computer, it might work." And he did, and it worked. And then I sang the song, which is now what you can see on Global News. It gave them enough time to get the perfect angle of me singing "Change Is Gonna Come" by Sam Cooke.
In case you guys see the camera moving also, that's operated by Sunset this evening. It's just like moving, and I'm just watching the camera pan. So that's that. I'm glad they got a good angle of "Change Gonna Come."
They did get that. And then Black Every Day, Arlo Maverick, and myself were able to perform. So
please tell me.
Shout out to the Legislative Assembly, Rihanna Hoyle, and the rest of it.
And Elsa Robinson, who was there that day as well, right?
Elsa Robinson was there as well.
And, Darren Jordan. I'm trying to think of who else was on the list.
Elsa's children were there to watch her receive her stuff.
Oh, yes, that's nice.
David Shepard, for those of you who don't know this, David Shepard is actually going for leader of the NDP party. Officially.
As predicted by Nilo.
As requested on the Black Multiverse to the world.
Suggested. It was a gentle suggestion.
It was a request. I was like, please do it.
Please.
You can see.
But listen, you guys, are you watching? Okay, listen. We have to do something about Calgary. If you're in Calgary and you're Black, you need to mobilize. We need to talk to Edmonton and figure out how do we mobilize in the Black community in Calgary and in the general broader community at Calgary. Because Calgary, if you're watching, you'll be messing us up out there. To be honest with you, you'll be really messing us up out there. You do some great work, Calgary. You're doing some great work. But really, you need to start thinking about how we can work together with the city of Edmonton to make this province a better place. And that's all I got for you.
Okay.
Is that fair? Is that fair? Calgary gave us Danielle Smith. Now Calgary owes us David Shepard. That's what I'm trying to say. David Shepard's going to politely ask me not to talk about him on the show. It's like, I know you think you're helping. You're not helping.
Just please stop. But I think Calgary should help us out. David Shepard's really good. Every time I've watched him come against the opposition, it's been with fire and vigor. So
your mama said he's a good leader. Good luck to him.
Okay, nice. Yeah, Mama switched over there?
Yeah.
She's no longer over here. All right.
She's right here.
Colin is out. Colin Brereton is on. Good job with the men of Motown and 5 Artists One Love.
Colin owes me a pair of boots.
Ooh.
He's requesting I wear these Louis Vuitton Dolly boots. And I said I will under his sponsorship.
Bang.
Right. I got you, bro.
It.
Wear it. Done.
What size is it? What size should he be picking up?
I'm an 8 or 8.5. An 8 could work, though, because I'm sure it's leather. And if we need to stretch it, we'll stretch it. 8.5 might be a bit big. I'm 8.5. If there's no half sizes, it's an 8. If it's European sizes, I'm a size 39.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
It might be European sizes because it is Louis Vuitton.
Okay.
All right. Do we want to talk about this giant turtle at West Edmonton Mall?
So talk about this giant turtle. What's happening?
I don't really have much to say about it, but apparently the giant turtle at West Edmonton Mall died.
Plastic? Was it the plastic bags? Straws?
In the
Nothing.
mall?
Nothing.
Old age.
Of all the things,
Not really old age though, because
we've literally
I think
changed the world
captivity.
from these turtles that were captured with the straw up its nose.
captivity. That's why it's in West Edmonton Mall.
How how long was it there? Do we know?
It was there for like 20 years or something.
Oh well, actually they do live very, very long.
They live mad long, bro. They live hundreds
20
of
years
years.
is short. That's a short life.
Bro, that's barely like a teenager turtle. I'm going to tell you about it in 1 second, you guys. I just got to pull it up. Shout out to YEG Wave keeping us
YEG Wave.
informed and entertained.
Somebody said they think the YEG Wave might be a product of Victoria Composite High School.
Oh, that would be cool. I would love to know that to be true.
That would be good.
It says the turtle has been in the mall since 1999, so that's 25 years.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Prolonged health struggle.
Had the gout.
Declined quality of life led to decision to euthanize him.
Oh, that's what happened? They killed that dude.
Okay, a necropsy revealed. I guess that's like an autopsy, but of not a human, perhaps. A perforated intestine as the cause of his health issues.
I've had one of those.
Apparently, he was born July 15, 1996.
Okay.
And he contributed to academic research at the University of British Columbia.
He was a millennial.
Before becoming a part of the marine life at West Edmonton Mall in 1999. Described as having a lively disposition.
Wow.
He was cherished by
him and Connor McDavid were the same age. Actually, 1 year older than Connor.
What did we say? 1996 he was born?
Yeah, Connor was born 1997. I found that out in trivia last night.
So that turtle died at 28 years old.
Oh,
you should be ashamed of yourself.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, that's really sad.
They should have just taken the animal back to Africa. I let the animal breathe the water.
My man was in captivity from jump point. He worked for the university for 4 years before he went to the mall. Before he took his job at the mall when he retired.
Also was born in captivity.
My man, he said the thing said he worked at the university. He contributed to research at the university. Like contributed to research at the university. Do you know what that means, you guys? Yes.
All your makeup.
It means exactly what you think it means. Your Carmex.
All your cosmetics.
And your Carmex and your Vaseline.
Yep.
Anyhow, R.I.P. to that turtle. His name was Minnie. I don't like when
I don't. You know what? It's the ooze, y'all. It's the ooze. They try to give the ooze, and those of you who know what I'm talking about.
1996 was a big time
for turtles.
For turtles.
They
for turtle mania, if you will.
I'm not making fun of this man.
No,
I don't know this man.
Absolutely not.
I've never met this man.
It's very sad. So R.I.P. to that man.
Sorry, buddy.
His name was Minnie. Okay. You want to talk about this man beating up this child at the library?
Yeah. So there's this guy in the library, the public library downtown, which is the Stanley Milner Library. Went in and something happened, and an altercation happened between the child, and he pushed the child down on the couch, which was caught. If you want to go see those footage, I believe it's on YG Wave. After he was caught, got up and he started walking around yelling, screaming at the top of his lungs in the library, which we all know is a no-no. And, he went and he...
Sorry, I didn't realize it to be...
He went in and he...
ASMR, I'm so sorry.
He went in and he totally started yelling to the crowd. He was
Right.
like yelling to the people that were there. He's like, yo, if you feel like you want to stop me, or I did something wrong, or he's right, then come at me. Come at me, bro. Come talk to me.
Yeah.
And nobody got up because they were afraid of him yelling.
Everybody's afraid. Like,
But-
no,
but-
we're not going to come test you, bro.
But the funny thing is, I was watching it. I'm like, I'm the one. I would have got up.
I would have. You know,
I would have got up and been like, yo,
leave that kid alone.
you better leave that dude alone. But I don't know what happened in the end, but they caught that on tape. So if you know about the person, they may be up for charges.
That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Grammys.
The Grammys.
happened.
Yep.
I don't really know who won what, though Nigel wanted me to tell you guys. So I'm just going to pull this out here. I do know my homegirl Victoria Monet won 3 Grammys, which I'm so happy about because what a great album. If you guys have not listened to Jaguar 2, phenomenal album. And while I'm talking about albums that you may or may not have listened to, if you have not listened to Grown Child by Rewo, you're late. You need to get on that.
Yep. Grown Child by Revo wasn't nominated for a Grammy yet, but it's on its way. Victoria Monet went. She got 3. SZA was in the news. She won one. Had a very heart-wrenching speech that she talked about her life and everything she'd been through to get to that point. And, you know, shout out to the people who work hard in the music industry.
The Age of Pleasure by Janelle Monáe also won.
Janelle Monáe did her thing. We talked about her almost all of last year.
Yeah, I love her.
As she just came out reinventing. From movies we talked about her to her music we talked about her, and her videos we talked about. So.
If You Love, I Can Buy Myself Flowers. That was my mom's song. She loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Miley Cyrus won for
Miley Cyrus, eh?
for Endless Summer Vacation.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like white privilege.
What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish. I mean, she's very connected in the game. What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish also won a Grammy. And Billie Eilish said, oh, this was just like my year off. And I just made this song for this Barbie movie. And, you know, I wasn't really doing anything. Okay, girl, just say thank you and keep it moving.
Okay, thank you.
Killer
Billie Eilish
Mike.
also, wasn't she the one who called out that person?
No, that wasn't Billie Eilish.
Oh, wow, they looked alike. Go ahead.
They're in the same archetype. Archetype. Killer Mike won Best Rap Album as well as a bunch of other albums. The reason why I want to talk about that is because Killer Mike also then got arrested after the Grammys.
For what?
They actually handcuffed him and took him out. Nobody knows.
Oh.
Yeah. So he got handcuffed and taken out of the Grammys.
Taken out of the Grammys. So they went into the Grammys, arrested him, and then took him out.
Yeah.
Wow. Why are we doing this?
That's what the people said, but also Killer Mike has been going really hard for Republicans in his home state of Georgia, so I cannot really comment on that at this particular time. John Batiste also won.
Yeah, he did.
Taylor Swift won, and she dragged Lana Del Rey up there and then didn't hug Celine Dion, which the whole internet was really upset about. And we know the blacks love Celine Dion.
Mm-hmm. Especially blacks from the Caribbean.
Okay. I'm really confused about this right now.
What about?
Scientists and Engineers, which is a song by Andre 3000 and Killer Mike, also won.
Oh.
I saw Andre 3000. I was like, did he win for the Flute album? No, couldn't be.
That was an amazing album.
Once again, yeah, it was actually. I listened to it all the time, quite still. Miley Cyrus won there, rap song.
Okay.
Tyla, that's the one I wanted to talk about. Tyla Water won. Now, the reason why this is interesting is because Asake, Davido, Burna Boy, Olamide, Ira Star, at Musa Kevs. I'm not sure about Musa Kevs, but definitely the rest of them. Guess what they have in common?
Afrobeat.
They're Nigerian.
Oh,
Tyla
that too.
is South African.
Okay.
So the girls, all the Nigerians, they feel like they've been robbed. But now I'm going to make a very tactical, swift movement into the Africa Cup, which is playing right now.
Make me sweat. Make me harder.
Right.
Make me
So
lose
what has
my
happened
breath.
now is that the Nigerians are going crazy because they have beat the South Africans to advance into the finals. They'll be
Nice.
facing the Ivory Coast, who they won in the first group,
Mm.
and they'll be facing the Ivory Coast for the finals.
In a round
But they
robin.
beat South Africa, so all the Nigerians are playing Tyla
Oh.
and like
no.
dancing like, you could take the Grammys, we'll take the cup. They said they're like
That's why.
they're taunting South Africa bad on the thing.
Wow.
And that beef, if you
That's a
they
big
know
beef.
it's a real life beef.
It's a real life.
It's
beef.
a real life beef. So all the boys are laughing on the internet.
Yeah.
We want to talk real quick about Apple's new headset.
Ooh.
Oh, Jay-Z. We want to talk about Jay-Z quick.
Oh yeah. So Jay-Z went up there and he started talking about the Grammys. A lot of people started to talk about him protecting Beyonce, but his speech really wasn't about protecting Beyonce. It was about the corrupted structure of the Grammys.
Right.
And he started to make an example by using Beyonce, how she's won so many Grammys. He said she has the most Grammys won out of everybody in there. He said some of you don't even deserve to be in the same category. The whole place was like, ooh.
No, that's not what he said.
Yeah, that's
so
what he
funny.
said.
No, he said some of you were in the wrong categories, musical categories. Like, you're up for rap album and you should be in pop album.
But
Or
that
you're
happens,
this and
that
you
happens
should be
with the
in this.
Junos too.
Yeah, so that, I think that's what he was saying. But to your point, maybe we both misunderstood.
Because he was like some of you shouldn't be there. And he goes, but the problem comes from the Grammys. He goes, how could she have the most Grammys and never won album of the year, but has the most Grammys? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And so he kind of went up there and made this speech, and he goes, I'm sorry, I talk the truth when I'm nervous. That part was hilarious to me, and a lot of people laughed, but he came through, and a lot of people received him with love. Unlike the rant that Kanye West did when Taylor Swift won album of the year,
2009.
and he came and said the same thing practically, like,
Yeah, but
how? How is this happening?
that's true. Yeah, that whole thing is true. Kanye West did say that, but Kanye West also took the microphone away from the girl while she was winning her Grammy. And some people were like, oh, was this an attack? Did Jay-Z attack the people who won? Relax, bro, relax.
Not an attack, but it's definitely a thing that the Grammys need to look at. They need to really... Hey.
Camera work by Sunset.
Just wildin' out here.
Yeah. Okay. Apple has a new VR headset.
Right.
It pretty much integrates with the room. If we're all on an Apple VR headset, we can all be in the room together. And the creepiest thing of all is that it projects your eyes to the front of the headset. So you guys may have seen it. When you look at it, it looks like the person's eyes. They're just like looking forward, but it's just a projection of their eyes slowly blinking. Like a computer generated.
It's probably the most creepy thing. And the funny thing about it is a bunch of people are going to go out and buy this headset, especially Apple users.
It's happening already.
Although Apple users, you're like almost a decade behind, because the eyeglass thing was invented already. Windows have one where it looked like a pair of glasses, and then it would project things up front on the screen, and you could ask questions, and you could use your eyes to select and use blinking to click on different things as you select them and drag them using your eyes from behind the glasses.
So this one you can also use your hand.
you
just
could,
like you would your phone.
so they showed people getting out of their car, walking around, looking at the air around them, getting hit by
By
other
cars.
cars. Like it's such a wild idea. But
Well, I think they may have advanced the technology a bit. When I looked at it, I was pretty impressed. I'll never get one. I can probably guarantee you that. And my God, I'll probably watch this back one day.
well,
Like,
actually, I think that if Apple is watching this or Mac is watching this, we'd like to try it out on air to show people what it's like. So I'll never say I'll never get one, but I will say we will accept, your offer.
VR headsets. I'll never buy one. Let me just say that. Let me just make that clear.
No, we're not gonna get those headphones.
No. They better get it to us because it's the only way I'll ever talk about it again. Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross is a streamer. This is for the young people who might be listening. Aiden Ross is a streamer. He's on a platform called Kick. He's actually part owner of that platform as well.
Right.
The kids say that we should be streaming on Kick. Anyhow, Aiden Ross, I think the guy makes like $10 million a year. He's worth over $40 million right now. And that's really what he does. He streams and he has rappers on his streams. So he's had like 21 Savage on there and he's had a bunch of different rappers on there. He ended up paying this one rapper, Playboi Carti. He ended up paying him $2 million to come on his stream. So he comes on the stream and people are like, wildin'. They're like, wow, it's Playboi Carti. It's mad awkward. He's not really engaging with the streamer.
Wow.
He's kind of like standing in the darkness. He's dancing a little bit or whatever. Hey, Courtney. He's dancing a little bit or whatever. And then he takes the $2 million, daps the guy up, and then that's it. He walks out. That's it. So they're like, you were supposed to be like, Offset was on Kai's stream for like 24 hours. Nicki Minaj was on Kai's stream for hours and hours. The idea is if you're getting on the stream that you're there for a long time. So they're saying it's like the biggest scam that Playboi Carti scammed this guy. Yeah.
I bet you he got more plays than he's ever gotten before. Because
the thing is, no. These streamers are so big now. It's like Universal Music Group. So if you guys don't know, Universal Music Group, because AI they say, but apparently there's some back end, somebody's mad at somebody type stuff. Mm-hmm. So they took all of their music off of TikTok, right?
Okay.
But the thing is that TikTok is not like, TikTok might be streaming their music or whatever, downloading their music, but TikTok is where their music goes to the population. TikTok is where the people are. You know what I'm saying? So like taking the people's music, it's like, okay, what does your rollout strategy look like then if it doesn't include TikTok and it's a song? Like almost the biggest songs in the last definitely 4 or 5 years went viral on TikTok first. Like that's how people are moving their music. So I don't know what they expect to happen, but going back to this other thing that I was talking about, which I completely forgot.
Kick.
With Kick and streaming, really these streamers have millions and millions and millions of views. So like Nicki Minaj didn't go on Kai's stream because she went there because that's where the people are. Just like UMG goes to TikTok because that's where the people are.
What is it? Who's there?
This is the fraidiest dog ever. She's like, hey, somebody. Okay, you guys. So, yeah. So that's the thing about streaming. And Kick is apparently taking over for Twitch now.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you've ever wanted to stream or you're thinking about streaming, the kids are saying you may as well just go on Kick. You can go on both anyway, but go on Kick. Kick is the one that's coming up right now.
Okay.
And that is it for the scroll.
That's it for the scroll. For those of you who don't know, we are in the studio right now. Something has fallen in the next room. Something that has gone to take a look a couple of times to see what's out there, who's out there, what's happening.
Right.
Normally, I lock the downstairs door, then lock the upstairs door, but I'm not sure if that happened this time. So we're going to find out later as Sunset tries to figure out what's going on. And has come back and sat down looking at me like, you go check that out or...
Anyway, my dog is not. She'll let you know. She's not there to like actually do anything about it. She doesn't have any thumbs. There's not too much you can do. And we're going to move on to the screen.
The screen.
Thanks. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the screen, what are you watching?
On the screen, we are watching right now the 4 Nights of the Apocalypse.
Okay, what's that? Is that anime?
It is anime. It's actually the funniest things because the 7 Deadly Sins is one of the ones. And it's about these people that are named the 7 Deadly Sins. And they have powers, but they're very light, happy-go-lucky, very nice Middle Earth type people. So now it's the 4 Nights of the Apocalypse. Here is the next one that's coming up. That's on Netflix. Actually, it ties in with the other one, so it's the same company, same artist drawing it, just a different storyline, a spin-off, if you would. So I'm watching that one. Very, very funny as the story progresses. So I recommend it so far. If you liked 7 Deadly Sins, you'll like the 4 Nights of the Apocalypse.
Sounds cool. I have helped you guys out and gone ahead and started watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Amazon Prime, which I found out is not only written by a woman, but also they decided to flip the roles of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So Donald Glover is playing a Donald Glover version of Mrs. Smith, essentially.
Yes, so he has his shirt off. He's more of the sex symbol, they're saying, because he's doing a lot of push-ups now.
Oh, his shirt is off all the time.
It's
comparatively
all
to
the
her.
time off.
Right.
He's always showing his bitties. So what ended up happening is he's been working out, especially since this is America music video.
Right.
So he looks a little bit different. How do you feel about what's happening with Donald's depiction of Mrs. Smith?
I think he looks like the guy from the Minions, which I've said many times, and you know that. Is that what you wanted me to say to the people?
He looks like Gru?
He looks like Gru from the Minions because he has a shorter neck, he has very long legs, and at least one scene he's wearing the exact outfit, like the same tops and sweater combo, with the exception of the scarf. But I have to say that it's slower, it's more relationshipy. I can understand people if there was a complaint, it would be that there's not a ton of action. It's kind of 50-50 split between action and like storyline, like relationship storyline.
I would love to see one role where the woman and protagonist just moves forward without looking back at a sacrifice for the person she loves. I would like her just to move forward. Just keep moving forward, keep excelling, keep getting better, keep doing it without anything having
unencumbered.
Without her having to be like, but I'm gonna sacrifice this for my man. Like I just want to see you succeed, like all the way succeed. It's a fake story, so give me. Let's see what it would look like.
That means it could be anything.
Let's see what it would look like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just me. I love to see Black women succeed. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's do that.
Yeah. It's a good one. We'll write that one. I feel like it could be written.
Yeah.
Okay, anything you're listening to? Let's move on to In Our Ears, if that's okay with you.
Yeah. Oh, I just got off of Five Artists One Love, as you know, and I was listening to that for a while. But now I'm back on to listening to Arlo Maverick with Blue Collar, which is his latest album that he came out with on Spotify. If you go on there, you'll notice that I'm on a track called NOV, which is Nothing of Value, on there. And him and I have been performing regularly. So check out Arlo Maverick. That's ARLO, just in case y'all didn't know.
Hey, say what?
ARLO, just in case y'all didn't know. Y'all didn't know. So that's Arlo. You go and check him out on Spotify, give him the streams, and that's what I'm listening to there. What are you listening to?
I am currently listening to Positive Affirmations to the beat of usually some kind of Afro music. It is a playlist I have called Crown Work, and I really enjoy it. So if anybody would like that, it's like very bass, soulful, sometimes a little hip-hoppy, sometimes a little synthy, but it's like just different really good music to positive affirmation. Courtney says, check out the Get Downs.
Yeah, the Get Downs are coming out. The Get Downs is formerly known as the Men of Motown. The Get Downs is now added a beautiful young lady by the name of Amber. She is there singing with Courtney and Colin and the rest of the crew. The band is amazing, and they will be having their performance very shortly. Courtney, when's the performance out there? Let us all know when it is.
Also, there's a couple other things we have to let you guys know. Don't you have to tell somebody about something for somebody?
Yeah. Last but not least, for the gospel heads, for those people who love to listen to gospel music, check out Myron Butler and Levi with Stronger. Excellent song that's in my ears as well for my gospel set. So Stronger by Myron Butler and Levi. Now, if you are looking to get onto TV, you want to see what's in the screen, you want to see the stuff that we're talking about, and you don't necessarily have a smart TV or you want more channels, you're going to go to iptv.com.
What's that?
And that's where you can get those boxes.
Oh, I think that's illegal.
No.
Oh, it's not illegal?
No. Or else I would.
You can announce that.
No, it's not illegal. No, it's not. So
okay.
So if you go to IPTV, you can get a box there. And there's over 3,000 channels on there, and you can get some stuff going on there.
Okay, well, Courtney said it doesn't matter where they are because it's sold out. Just kidding. Saturday at the Yardbird Suite, but it is sold out. But apparently you can go to Yardbird maybe.com, maybe.ca, who knows, and you can check it out virtually. Not .co.uk.
Did Courtney say all that stuff you just said?
He said, but you can check it out virtually. I said maybe yardbirdsuite.com, maybe yardbirdsuite.ca, who knows. But if you Google Yardbird Suite Edmonton, I'm sure their website will come out and you can check out that show. Yeah. Online at your own house. You can like have a bottle of whatever you drink. Shout out to, you know what, big
Martinelli's is my bottle.
Big shout out to Joanne Pierce.
Joanne.
Yeah, she has a book out called A Spell Book, I think it's called. But Spellbound. I don't remember, but it's all about mocktails.
Nice.
And different mocktails you can make with no alcohols, and she has a whole thing.
Nice.
Courtney said it's yardbirdsuite.com/shows/the-get-downs/
There you go.
Yes. All right, everybody.
Also, NBCC on February the 17th has Gospel Night at the Jubilee Auditorium, where yours truly will be hosting and emceeing that.
You guys, there's so much going on, to be honest with you.
So much.
We do have a newsletter that goes out. Hopefully you're on that. I do know there's a couple people throughout the city who are gathering lists of all the things that people have going on. So please check out the internet, check out the Facebook. Don't just think about us. Sheral's got the Bob Marley movie thing coming up.
That's Wednesday coming up. This Wednesday.
Yep. And Moraine and Arlo will be playing at with special guest Nigel the MC.
Yep, tomorrow night.
At
8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock.
You had something. Did you say your thing already? The person's thing?
No, I don't have it on my phone anymore. The U of A has an author series currently. Okay. So if you go to the U of A, universityofalberta.ca, you could definitely check that out. There's a Trinidadian author that's in town right now, and he has author qual. He's at the next. I don't know specifically where he is at. I'm sorry, you guys, but I will post it. I'll post it in the group, and I'll post it on the page, so you guys can catch up with him Wednesday or Thursday nights. He's got 2 more nights left.
That would be my niece. Cree, I think, met with him. Is he a reporter as well?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure.
So she had posted up about him on her Instagram. So I had watched it, and my mom had mentioned it too, that she would be meeting up with him, and he came to visit where they work.
Amazing.
They deal with that, so it was pretty cool.
Yep. That's awesome. Okay, do you have a word?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I have a word. The word for tonight is very simple. It is keep on pushing. And I say that because there's a lot of times when we get off track. But just like a train, you got to stay the course. Here's the funny thing about trains. Trains stay on the track for a long time. But when trains are going too fast or out of control, or it's slippery conditions due to weather, they can be derailed. But here's the funny thing about trains. Once they're derailed, if they're in full function, they just pick them up and put them back on the track. And then they carry them back to where they need to go. So if you've ever gotten derailed and gotten off track, and you're not on the track that you think that you should be on, and there's another place that you need to go, get back up, put yourself back on the track. You'll be all right. Keep on pushing. That's the word for the day.
Keep on pushing.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that Jay-Z said that I think resonated with us is just keep showing up.
Keep showing up. Don't stop.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning into this very late episode of the Black Multiverse Theory podcast. We'll be broadcasting next week from Landmark Cinemas in St. Albert. If you will be at the Bob Marley show, I want to say 5 Artists, One Love again.
The Bob Marley movie that just came out.
Yes.
Landmark Cinemas with Cheryl. If you haven't got your ticket, then just like the Yardbird Suite, it is sold out.
Oof.
But we will be broadcasting live from there.
Yes, please. So we'll be asking you about the movies and all that stuff.
About that stuff, yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Good night.